It's like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Today's recommendation, which should I choose?
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
And a radish veggie soup. It's been getting quite busy recently. Which should I choose? It's been getting quite busy recently.
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't ever come back here again. What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still... I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just... gone. I just can't...
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
Ah, how could Master ever be upset with you, demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not?
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. Letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Melissa and Silver have helped me
Okay, now my
so
voice should
much.
be coming.
But by contrast,
Sorry. Actually, I was speaking,
could
but
do
my voice
nothing
was not going
for them.
there.
I'm
Hello,
so
Ryu. How are you,
sorry.
brother? Welcome to
You
the
can spend
stream.
as much time as you need here,
I just
Navia.
reconnected my
We'll stay
earbud.
with you.
Maybe there was a little bit disturbance in between. Yeah, so I was asking, really, is this the best arc of
Thank
our
you.
conquest?
Right now,
Because
you
I
know
just
how much
saw
that means.
Natlan War Valley, where the
By the way,
Capitano,
You can
Titano,
have a look at this. It's
and
a list of
all the
victims
other
from the
characters are
incident that
also
took place here.
fighting. Also the
Obena,
Mavica and
Khan, Burnett,
3-5 more.
Giverny,
Is this the best
Francine,
or that?
Karina, Daisy Red, so everyone else is safe. But still,
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
right. Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually.
Damn, she says,
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties.
Are you back, Ryu?
I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for others' salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention.
नाम देखो यार मेरे से बोला नहीं जाएगा बूफ देते हैं.
By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just...
Hmm.
Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Maripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times, and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So, that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you, which is why I want to give you this task.
Are you sure this will be okay?
The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You
Not a
wish
party.
to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something... a
distraction to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say, traveler? All right. The ruins are to the south.
Okay, the three of them.
3 of them? Thought 2 of them.
Here we go.
Hey.
Let's play. Time for takeoff. Out of the way.
It's a weak opponent, dude. How can it be?
It's dreamwork.
Illusion shattered.
Wait, what? Here? Okay, it wasn't having any test. I thought that
Yahoo! How rude. Think you can get away? Adventure time.
Shine down. Ha!
Let's play. Huh?
Wait. Why is he running? Where is he running off to? Idiot. Buddy, why are you running? Why are you running? ये अलग ही खुशी में जा कहाँ रहा है तू? भाई कितनी दूर जाएगा ये? So funny. Okay, we'll have to go to the ruin. Let's head towards it.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
No.
Yahoo!
Got to say that fountain is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, मेरी हेल्थ को क्या हुआ?
So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about?
They seem to
Let's go.
just be careful.
I'll have to make my health. Well, I could have used Bennett. Did not thought for.
Wouldn't gliding be fast?
There is no escape.
Time to go! Here we go! Time for takeoff! Yahoo!
Everybody stand back! Now you shall perish!
Is he not
Brace yourself.
attacking or he can attack?
Think you can get away? Why did
Okay,
I
he
never
can
miss?
attack. Dala
Here
Kuntala.
we go!
Kuntala. Another brother of. Oh,
Floor here isn't safe.
I did not see that.
Illusion shattered!
Brace yourself! Time for takeoff!
Is this primordial water? Because I think if I skip, yeah. But I still cannot climb up. Which is a little weird.
Here we go!
Just trying.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
Traveler's space.
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this...
No.
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So, staying here wouldn't be safe either. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now, then, but... Oh no, it's a dead end!
There is no dead end when you have currency. servant is happy with radishes.
Wait, there's something wrong with this bridge. Run!
Too late. No way. That might go wrong.
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
What is
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Malus.
Oh, was I?
Yes, it would appear so.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh. It must have. This is a familiar feeling, yet.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny?
We were headed to see how things...
Ah, right.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too.
How have you been?
I've been great. Think they were knocking at my door.
Sometimes, for...
Oh, yes. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them.
Let's just
They're
skip this
very
part
good for
because
I don't know.
I want to know what happened.
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd
Fell
like,
into
Demoiselle.
primordial sea water.
Perfect. In that
It's
case,
tea or
we'll
no?
swap out some of the decorative plants.
Very well.
Wait. Excuse me, madam.
That's right.
No, it's nothing. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time.
We...
Well, now,
Miss Navia, here you are.
My trial?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about...
Oh?
Okay, I guess I get it. Those who fell or fall into the primordial seawater goes in some other
Look, it's
dimension.
Navia. She's here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. And as for the judge... huh?
please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Nervalette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rasula, someone held in high regard by every soul. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, Nearly everyone in the Spina di Rasula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We're
What
one big
is
family.
this
All of
going
us who are
on?
from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Okay, so
Huh?
these all people are
What are you saying?
inside the primordial seawater, and
Everything
their
you have said
memories
is
and their
correct.
consciousness is
I
locked
have indeed done a
inside
lot
that.
for my hometown, and I would
That's
be
what it
willing.
Ah, well.
How what?
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She...
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely... Please do not
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to... Everything is measured. Now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once loved?
If your justice is flawed, then why...
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And that is how we will enforce justice.
My head.
Demoiselle!
Silver, I remember now. Everything that's Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen,
They all have vanished
and
in
Mr. Javert and
primordial
Mrs.
sea.
Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very end.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice. We are the will of all. Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with us!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss... Nav...
Silence!
That's...
How did he came?
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense, and the court will adjourn.
Our thanks, monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to lead the...
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus. Silver.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
No, wait! Just a second!
How did Neuvillette save her?
You're awake.
And how did
Good.
he came here?
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
Malus and
I
Silver
always told
protected her
them that they didn't have to
even
protect
after
me.
death.
To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
So sad.
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the Fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the Fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then. So, Neuvillette, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yet?
This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins? Did the knave tell you?
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
Okay, let's continue.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again.
Now that we have
Will you come
Neuvillette
with
with us
Monsieur
too,
Neuvillette?
should be
if you won't mind
easier,
my
I guess.
Alright! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Think you can get away?
Dharma shines eternal. There is no higher, higher, hands on fire. See?
Well, it's going to.
Oh no. Another
Yeah, I knew
unstable
it.
path. Watch your step. Watch out! There are rocks falling over here!
Out of the way! Off we go! Everybody stand! Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves.
It seems we're almost at the top. Keep it up!
20 we like.
Let's play! Think you can get away? Teamwork is dreamwork! Torn to oblivion! Draw us over! Time for takeoff.
Nada, Kuda.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were...
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also...
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past. Say what?
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
And is that Lady Farina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we'd better get somewhere safe for now.
Sorry. Hello, brother. How are you? कैसे हो नियो भाई? Easy थी ये वाली. अरे मैं सो के उठ गया. मैं लेट हो गया था आज स्ट्रीम करने के लिए. मैं सो गया था, मेरे को नींद आ गई थी. फिर मैं उठा अभी थोड़ी देर पहले. I woke up at 12.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening
एक
with
घंटा
the
सोया
Spina.
था.
You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there for
एक तो टाइम नहीं
yourself.
मिलता ना शाम तक बिल्कुल. उसके बाद घर का काम.
Still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company all this time.
I'll depart as
Yes.
well.
Late night
Thanks for
stream
your
के लिए
hard work
बिल्कुल
today.
ready.
Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning
फिर
to
सुबह
ask about the
सुबह
stone
नींद
slates.
का हैंगओवर होता है काम
I'm
करते
sure that
करते.
you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem? Paimon's getting a little scared now that it's come to this.
Okay,
She has
brother.
long
Good
been
night. Have a
harboring
great day
secrets
tomorrow.
and will not give them up easily. Which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open
Good
to you as
night.
ever.
Bye bye.
So please don't think you're an imposition. All right. I'll be on my way then.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Yay! And there's good food too! Navi, no, the boss is the best. Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Mona, what is she doing here?
That voice. Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
What are you doing in Fontaine?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstatter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name.
Old hag.
There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means...
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Very good.
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great?
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to...
Thrice as great?
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak.
अरे यार इसको skip करो.
But anyway,
I'm not interested in this one. Why is she here? This
There's
Tell us
something
that
ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean.
Yeah, it's primordial seawater.
That was the main reason, yes. The invitation was sent quite early on.
What do you make?
What I can tell you, I'm afraid that on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. Huh? Are you... All right, I'll help.
Thanks, Mona. You're a...
Oh, well...
That's the great...
Indeed!
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away
Just
there.
don't get added in the
I'll go
chat.
tend to my own business.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we... If Paimon hadn't spoken... that's smart. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up.
why I am still inside the... I mean, inside this place, I forgot the name.
Yahoo!
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
You're here! Finally!
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute! Please go see for yourself.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little... It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 featured different images that seemed to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island.
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh, you noticed. Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage? Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh? Like what?
Beat her to pulp.
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this. But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
The knave. Oh,
Well, speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me? No.
he was the most introverted guy.
I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand, and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So are we going hunting together?
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh? Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised. Well... It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who's that voice? But there's no one here.
Aw, have you forgotten me already?
Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all. Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim. The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesized will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed? So you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. Alright, come. Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Mona!
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Not all Fontanians are Why, yeah, I'm in full...
That's right!
Ah, yes. Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary, but
Whoa.
Their abilities...
Well, it's not like...
Yes, perhaps it... Traveler?
Oh,
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who... But even perhaps that's what En was trying... I did originally...
Huh. You do have a point.
Then it was worth trying, I suppose.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. But also... Hey, Traveler! Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by. this newspaper. What's going on? Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy. But that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report. A blind adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead? Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time. We're here! Paimon's hungry. Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we tried it! Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go! Paimon's sure it'll be great!
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all! Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Nervalette was right. You really can eat.
Wait, did he really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore? What would you think?
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe the waters will rise tomorrow. You know, like in the prophecy.
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today. No, it's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call living, you know.
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices of cake to go? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
And there she goes! Alright, let's dig in. Paimon's sure this cake will be delicious. It's more delicious than last time! And the flavor gets even better with the... Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious... We're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat. Isn't that Charlotte?
I see. Absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked his own death 10 years ago using a body double. Now that he's back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case...
Couldn't agree more. Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next? Huh? Hey! What a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here. Perfect timing. Yeah. Huh? Well, not 10 or so years.
Wow.
Precisely. He would just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday. I know.
Yeesh.
A magician. When the police... Sure enough, I had to squeeze through the crowd this morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here.
So, this is the warning letter, huh? But 3 days from now, when...
This is, without a... what once seemed...
Uh-oh. If this thief will steal anything that other people value...
Okay, the people have spoken. It's clear... Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter, my interview notes... Something... exclusive. Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the weasel. Is that who I think it is?
Lenny!
Magic. Magician. Caesar! The Phantom Weasel! That's it! Let's go interview Lenny! You see? The original Phantom Thief
Are you serious?
Oh, relax! My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive news story is beckoning. Let's go! No time for delay!
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer, and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called...
Really? Then... what?
Well...
Aww...
And now you're getting a You snuck out... Of course.
Alright.
Why, hello.
Well, why the...
Oh, please.
I'm sure that...
That was not... That... You guys...
Wow.
Wait, his warning letter...
Bingo! So, Lenny, what are your thoughts on...
Angry?
You read his... Well, if he is, then his warning... And if he's not, the mere mention... But I've been...
Really?
To be honest...
You're being far...
Thanks for the... A lot of people... Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower. Just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1.
It's good.
That's the question. Where did it go? Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
A surprise? Let me see! It's right there! But how? You haven't moved this whole time!
What an
blinding trick! Sorry, Lenny, it seems that my—
Don't worry, since he's
I can imagine. Coming back to you, for example, but you—
impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journal. It sounds like—
Well noted. Please feel free. If there's nothing else, I'll be off.
So, Lenny... Aw, you feel it too, right? So
Not so itchy then. Well, since—
Magician's assistants? Oh, that sounds fun! Assistants are technically magicians too. Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done. Shall we go for it?
the first thing we need to look into it, but if we're we should make a move.
It's been a while since we last saw Neverlet. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so...
Let's play!
Sorry.
It's been a while. We're working as...
Thank you.
So what's...
Nope. I've been here a while. And
How bizarre. Well... Excuse...
Gemma? You mean Caesar?
I'm just trying...
Yeah, ever since Caesar passed away. I asked her what she knows he's got.
She's been...
I'll bet. I don't know if I'm honest. I think this is... Anyway, well, that's it.
All right, well...
You're welcome.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the
You're kidding.
I don't know anymore, but what if?
Called it.
Oh, please.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Hello there. Sorry for... We're actually...
You've come to the... I was right...
I saw him sometime. But after he died, there were all... As I'm sure...
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, I bet Jeb... No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar...
So that's Gem... Wait.
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern, but you didn't answer my question. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
My name is Linny, and this...
My name's...
The Weasel Post... You knew I promise you... Huh.
No.
Got it.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
she's lying.
That's fair. In any case... Over here.
Lynette's not joining us?
I've had her fall. Still. Today will when Caesar. Before long, I had to.
Wouldn't gliding...
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
My apology.
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantry.
I only agree.
Much obliged. Yesterday morning, I have to get to the bottom of this to.
What is there to investigate? Caesar.
Please, sir.
Possibility. The weasel is dead. Period. Everyone.
Oh, my pride.
Your pride?
I want to.
What would that?
Uh-oh. This is...
Renzo? Is that? Oh,
Another day.
come on.
If I wanted your.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've.
Oh, this is... and he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being...
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word. I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Linny, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that felt a piece.
Totally. He's gotta be...
I think so too. That guy had Mon.
Wouldn't gliding be fast?
You okay there?
Oh, I say...
So, he...
Hey, don't go...
What kind of...
Don't even... that's not...
And there he goes.
Shh. I think we're being watched. Someone was listening in to our whole conversation. Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
You followed us a long way. What?
So you're Linny. And we save us a...
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who's...
Save your...
Now, I'm not...
Don't worry.
Step right up. A round of applause.
Curses. They're tougher than we thought. Come on, let's scram!
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through it! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what? Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. You're right. Maybe she would...
Let's head back.
adventure time!
Brace yourselves. Gemma?
You again.
We just ran, so...
What? That's putting it... It's been 10... How do I know?
I'm afraid because you see... I've heard that... Do you know where it...
The Fluvis... I also know...
Understood.
Got it. But if I'm
I mean...
Okay.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes... There we go.
Let's play! So this was Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Brace yourself.
Illusion shattered.
Now disappear.
Get out of here! Huh? Take cover! Off we go! Ha! Everybody stand back! Yahoo!
There is no escape.
Think you can get away?
Whoa. Look. The doll in the box is glowing. There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look. These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Got it. We're supposed to find the box that lit up at the start, right? There should be another wish list inside. Let's keep trying. That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere. Aha!
A secret...
I'm a magician too. Looks pretty big inside. Let's head in and... Step right up. Let's get this show on the road.
Shine down.
Higher, higher, pants on fire! Huh? Take cover! Teamwork is dream!
Illusion shattered!
Here we go. Time for takeoff.
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Get out of here! Out of the way! Why do they never miss? I'm going in!
Why have you stopped, Lenny? Is there some device in that box?
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone makes a major discovery, let's rendezvous here.
All right, see you in a bit.
Adventure time!
Seems like we can't step on the same tile twice. Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh? Wow! There's a hidden room here! This book's thick as a brick!
It seems like surely I have a. They have all they wanted to. With time, Gemma thinks. 2 children. Anyway, I told them. It's nearly time. I once. It's only been. They're very. They hide. That's the thing. I can sense after thinking. P.S. P.P.S. Oh, see. At one of my has a joke, so I wound up.
2 magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and Lin. Linny?
Shh.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it. And then what?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking. The inventor of he fell right to and no one else.
So Caesar's Paimon was about. Wait a second.
Glad you asked. This box right here is the one that sees. Once the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle. From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trapdoor onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. There's the fall. Many days. Caesar.
So.
I can make a. I looked into the case files.
Okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box, because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus, but, the essence of, and so, but in his most stressed, exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar, but I'm sure, so, much like when, instinctive, with the stakes being as high as they were.
When I'm but
it would have to have, isn't that?
You just could. There's not a lot of people, but I gave.
You mean.
Yes, although. Which is why you can't leave this place.
And voila!
Let's play! Think you can get away? Get out of here! Teamwork is strength! Now you shall perish! Shine down! Time to go!
Now disappear! A round of applause!
You kids are.
Had enough yet, Lorenzo? You're crony. I think it's high time you started talking.
If I had a Mora for every time. He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed.
So it was.
Jealousy. He poured everything into it, but the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work. And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, I had to kill him.
And this was...
It was reason...
Well, I was...
in love with...
Guess I was wrong.
I am. Caesar, I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah!
That's just how I still...
So that's...
What choice? So be it.
Very well. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo.
Lily has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder?
What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because they'll be hell to pay.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny? Should...
Let's run.
Good point.
Ah, you're back. You were so cool.
Your third?
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode.
That's beside...
Did everything go okay?
Of course!
Gosh, I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but
It's okay, but you don't...
I was so... Thank you.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have... at least his soul...
Don't blame...
Yeah.
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing this show...
In Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No, where are we... Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah! Caesar's diary! We never... Lenny changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to ask Lenny tomorrow evening.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen...
Ha! You've got some nerve! You just used us to make some quick mora!
Oh, you needn't worry. It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
Really? Oh, you're the best!
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
A friend of ours met you a while back, and when she mentioned it, we thought of coming to see you. Her name's Mona.
Ah, so you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. Really good one, too. She's so young and already such a brilliant astrologist. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this an exclusive interview with the legendary Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things you've seen and experienced.
Yeah, are we?
Why not?
Oh.
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. Ooh,
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If Just for example...
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? If you're... From what I've seen... So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be... Just think about it. If this... And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write... I'm not a dream, but anyway...
That's... so nice. All of a sudden, Paimon actually kinda envies her. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we?
Okay guys, it's time we end the stream today. Hope you guys liked it, enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, right? Thank you for watching.
The sea breeze and scenery can be a
Have a great day
soothing
tomorrow.
combo, huh?
Good night guys. Bye bye. Love you all.
Been